Alright then. Welcome, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I suppose they're the same things. Anyway, just doing something a little different, I think. Go do some Master Duel. Now, I run several decks on this, depending on what I feel like playing anyway. And I'll do a few videos on different ones. On the ones I use anyway. Today I think I'll use my Pyro deck. It's a headed deck. It's one I ran years and years ago when I was more into Yu-Gi-Oh than I am now. Based off the, I think it's the Blazing Destruction, or was it Blazing Inferno structure deck? I'm talking mid-2000s, but they use a lot of burn type cards. I just tweaked it to be a bit more modernised, using fire troopers, solar flares, volcanic slicers, anything that can basically chip away at life points, as well as sort of feeling like Wabukus, just to protect myself and try and sustain that as long as I can. It's for the most part successful. I'm a bit more of a, in brackets, boomer doer, as they say. But you find a lot of people in the same boat as you can get so far on your own kind of decks, but when you hit that gold tiers, and I assume Platinum's the same, I've never gotten that far, you run into a lot of the same decks, the Blue Eyes, the Max CC, or all those, what I've read as meta decks, and unless you're running the same kind of decks, you can run into a lot of trouble, and they tend to, you know, summer half their deck and in the first turn, and you just can't keep up. But I'm in it for fun. I'm not in it to prove how good I am as such, and I lose more than I tend to win, and that's okay. So we'll do some ranked, maybe some casual, but we'll see how we go. Flip the coin. I'm going first. I mean, does going first or second make a difference? I imagine it depends probably what you're running. The thing with this deck, it's a very, for lack of a better term, suicidal kind of deck. It's one of those hit hard and fast and hope that you can take them out before they summon half their deck in there and get you. Be a bit risky on this and leave myself a bit open for an attack. And now we wait. I'll give it that. The user interface is nice to look at, and the interactive playing board, I do like it. I do. Pot Greed is now banned. Shows how out of the game I've been. Now, half the cards they use, I ain't got a clue what they are. The solo's helped somewhat, just to see, you know, how these newer decks run, but it's not for me. I can't be dealing with all this faffing. I mean, back in my day, you could only summon one monster per turn. And I'm old school, but I'm not going to sit here and complain and go, oh, it's not good, it's not as good as it used to be. Because everything changes, you know. suppose I better set that. Better leave myself wide open. I couldn't tell you what deck they're using. Once per turn, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, discard one fiend monster, and if you do, banish. Fair enough. I haven't seen this deck before. Not competitively, anyway. Go with that. That's the problem with this. The sustain isn't great. Depending on what you draw, you know, you can leave yourself very vulnerable if you don't get the monsters early on. It's one of those decks. If you can get the solar flares out or a couple of pyro monsters out, you can, you know, build a nice defense, hunker down, and take those life points away. If not, you are just chucking a load of wood into the fire and hoping you can take them out before they take you out, you know. Or the decks need tweaking. I'm aware they need tweaking. It's a bit beyond my pay grade, as it were. I mean, I'll look into it later down the line, but I'm having fun for now, just chucking the cards up there and seeing what happens. It is a luck of the draw. These type of decks anyway. I imagine these modern decks have less to do with luck and more to do with the cards that, you know, all play within each other. He knows he can beat me, so why doesn't he just end it? I've noticed there's a lot of things that when you know you're gonna lose, they could simply end it, but they don't. They still proceed to summon 900 monsters to the field. There we go. It's a Korean player. Going second. So, Dimension Wall protect me again. Threatening Roar, yeah, these cards you kind of need to just sustain yourself until you get a better defense out. They come in handy when it comes against when you manage to get a couple of solar flares out or your blazing ones. Destiny Heroes. Repping the GX era. Let's see what we draw. Yeah, I'll do. Onizaki. And we'll chain it with Potion of the Old Man. I like this card. Another Uzaki then. Super Blast. Check more. I'll keep Dimension War for now. The trouble is with this deck is you do tend to blow your load too soon, as it were. And no one likes that. Slap him with a Secret Blast. And chain it with Threatening Roar. Okay. Protect myself. Now, yeah, this is where I run into a bit of trouble. I needed something like Swords of Revealing Light just to build that defense down, but gonna endure what you can only endure. Chain out Reckless Greed. Well, I'm glad they did Reckless Greed for that one, and not Dimension War. I'll take the hits from the first three, and hopefully the big guy hits me. Yeah, take another hit. Play Coy. That's what we'll Dimension Wall that one. I can take one card out. I won't activate the effect. I'll try and thin the herd. Although, when the big guy takes me out, those other two will probably be enough to take the rest of my life points. And again, that's just the nature of this deck. It's, if you don't draw those protection cards, it's hard to sustain yourself. I mean, you get close to beating them. Bosh, 2 attacks, done. Okay, well that about wraps it up for this first introductory video. I mean, I'm going to do a few more and see how we go with it. Just have some fun. I'm not your generic streamer, I'm not a massive YouTube buff, but I'm here to enjoy myself. So, for now, thank you so much for viewing, and I will see you next time.